Dissociative disorders. Dissociative disorders are psychological conditions in which a person's thoughts, memories, feelings, and sense of identity become disconnected from one another. In simple language, dissociation means a break or separation from reality or from certain parts of oneself. Everyone experiences mild dissociation sometimes, such as daydreaming or losing track of time while driving. However, in dissociative disorders, this disconnection becomes strong, frequent, and disturbing enough to affect a person's daily life, work, and relationships. Psychologists believe that dissociative disorders usually develop as a reaction to extreme trauma, especially during early childhood. When a child goes through abuse, neglect, or unbearable stress, the mind tries to protect itself by mentally escaping from the painful situation. This mental separation, which begins as a way to survive, can turn into a long-lasting pattern that continues into adulthood. The person may even forget parts of their past because their mind has blocked those memories to avoid emotional pain. There are three main types of dissociative disorders known in psychology. The first is Dissociative Identity Disorder, which was previously called Multiple Personality Disorder. The second is Dissociative Amnesia, and the third is Depersonalization and Derealization Disorder. In Dissociative Identity Disorder, a person has two or more different identities or personality states, each with its own memories, emotions, and ways of behaving. These identities can be very different from one another. For instance, one might be calm and polite, while another could be angry and aggressive. Sometimes, one identity is aware of the others, but often they are not. The person might lose memory of what happens when another identity takes control. This is why people with this disorder often experience gaps in their memory, as if certain parts of their life never happened. This condition is often linked to repeated trauma during childhood, such as abuse or violence. Dissociative amnesia is another form of dissociative disorder. It involves losing memory of important personal information, usually connected to a stressful or traumatic event. This is not the same as normal forgetfulness. In this case, the mind completely blocks certain memories to protect the person from emotional pain. Sometimes, a person with this condition may suddenly leave their home, travel to a new place, and start living a new life without remembering who they are. This state is called dissociative fugue. When the memory returns, the person often feels confused and frightened about what happened during that lost period. Depersonalization and derealization disorder involves feelings of being detached either from one's own self or from the surrounding world. People with depersonalization feel as though they are observing themselves from outside their body, like watching a movie about their own life. Those who experience derealization feel that the world around them is unreal, dreamlike, or distorted. For example, people or objects might seem unfamiliar, blurry, or strange. Even though the person knows that these feelings are not real, they still feel stuck in that state of detachment, which can be very frightening. Dissociative disorders often appear along with other mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, or post-traumatic stress disorder. Many people with these conditions also feel ashamed, lonely, or misunderstood because society often fails to recognize the seriousness of their experiences. Popular movies and television shows have sometimes presented wrong images of dissociative identity disorder, showing people with multiple personalities as dangerous or violent. In reality, most people with dissociative disorders are not violent at all. They are survivors of deep emotional pain who need understanding and care. From a psychological point of view, dissociation is not a sign of madness or weakness. It is actually a way the mind protects itself when a person faces unbearable experiences. When someone cannot physically escape trauma, the mind separates the painful memories to make them easier to bear. Although this defense helps in the short term, it can create difficulties later in life, when the person wants to live normally but cannot fully connect with themselves or others. Treatment for dissociative disorders aims to help people reconnect their separated thoughts, emotions, and memories. The most effective form of treatment is psychotherapy, often known as talk therapy. Therapists may use trauma-focused therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, or dialectical behavior therapy to help the person slowly face and process their past experiences in a safe way. For people with dissociative identity disorder, therapy also works on helping the different identities communicate with one another and eventually integrate into a single, balanced personality. Medication cannot directly cure dissociation, but antidepressant or anti-anxiety medicines can help manage related symptoms like sadness or panic. Recovery is a slow process that requires patience, trust, and a supportive relationship between the therapist and the patient. Support from family members and friends is also very important, as people with dissociative disorders often struggle with feelings of isolation. Grounding techniques are also useful in treatment. These are simple exercises that help people stay connected with the present moment. Examples include focusing on breathing, noticing physical sensations like touch or sound, or naming objects in the room. Such techniques remind the mind that it is safe in the present, reducing the feeling of being detached from reality. Public awareness about dissociative disorders has improved in recent years, thanks to growing research and mental health education. Understanding these conditions helps to remove stigma and increase compassion. It is important to remember that dissociation is a natural reaction to pain, not a sign of being crazy. Many people who once lived in constant disconnection have successfully healed through therapy and emotional support. Healing from dissociation also means addressing the trauma that caused it. The person must learn to face and accept their painful memories instead of avoiding them. This does not mean reliving the trauma, it means recognizing it as part of their life story in a way that no longer controls them. Through therapy, people learn that they can survive their memories and grow stronger by integrating all parts of themselves. Dissociative disorders also reveal something powerful about human resilience. They show how strong the human mind can be in protecting itself from unbearable pain. But real recovery happens when those separated parts of the self come together again. People who go through this process often describe it as rediscovering who they truly are and feeling whole for the first time. In modern psychology, dissociative disorders challenge our understanding of memory, identity, and consciousness. They remind us that the mind is capable of both deep suffering and extraordinary healing. By learning about and supporting those who experience dissociation, we move closer to creating a more understanding and compassionate world. If you found this explanation helpful and gained a better understanding of dissociative disorders, please like this video and subscribe to the channel.